Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever been staring at your phone, maybe your inbox, and a message pops up
Uh-huh.
from, a professional contact,
Yeah.
salesperson, maybe a service provider, someone like that,
Yeah, I know the type.
and your immediate reaction inside is just this little groan. The
Yeah.
message just says, hey, just checking in.
Oh, yeah. Or checking in to see how things are going.
Exactly. That instant feeling of
Ugh.
work. And look, if we're being really honest with ourselves,
Hmm.
most of us have probably sent those messages too, right?
Guilty is charged, I think, at some point for many of us.
And,
Absolutely.
well, you are definitely not alone if you feel that way. And actually, this whole deep dive today, it got started because of this fantastic piece we read on Inman.com.
Oh.
Yeah, it was called The 7 Things Agents Should Stop Doing and What to Do Instead. Great article. But one thing really jumped out.
What was that?
The absolute need, they argued, to stop just checking in.
That specific phrase.
That specific phrase. So our mission today is, well, first, to figure out why. Why is this seemingly innocent phrase kind of problematic?
Right.
And then, more importantly, what can we do instead? Find some, powerful, proven alternatives. Ways to turn that generic stuff into real relationship building.
Yeah. Make people actually want to open your message.
Precisely. Making them glad to hear from you, not slightly annoyed.
It's fascinating, though, isn't it? How something so small, so, seemingly polite,
Yeah.
can actually corrode a professional relationship. It sounds okay, benign even.
Totally. Proactive, maybe?
Right. But like you said, our sources show it's got these hidden costs, serious ones.
Okay, so we all kind of recognize that low-level irritation, I think.
Yeah.
But what are these hidden costs? Because, on the surface, it feels like a nicety.
It does, but think about it from their side, the person getting the message.
Okay.
When you send that generic check-in, you're often kind of asking them to do emotional labor.
Emotional labor. Explain that.
It's the mental effort, right? The emotional effort of figuring out what to say back when there's, well, nothing really to say.
Ah, okay. You're making them do the work.
Exactly. You're putting the whole conversational burden on them instead of, adding something specific to their day.
Right.
And the real kicker, as the sources point out, is these messages often feel like they could have been sent by any other agent or any professional, really. No personalization.
Zero. It's completely missing them. There's no sense that you were thinking about their specific situation at all.
Okay, that hits home immediately. I've definitely been there, trying to write back politely when, honestly, nothing's changed. It feels like a chore.
It is a chore.
So if that's the setup,
Yeah.
what are the direct dangers? Our sources mentioned 4 dangers. Let's get into those.
Absolutely. The first one is something we can call transaction fatigue.
Transaction fatigue.
Yeah. Every time you send one of those just checking in notes, you're sort of inadvertently training your clients.
Training them how? Training them to associate your name with something that takes from them, their time, their mental energy, instead of something that adds value.
Ooh. Okay, so they start to see your name and think obligation.
Exactly. Over time, they might even start to dread seeing your name pop up because they expect work. They know they'll have to think up something to say back to your non-question.
And that kills response rates, I bet.
Hugely.
No.
Reduces response rates, makes them avoid calls, which, in many professional fields is a massive problem if you actually have something important to tell them.
Wow. Okay, so it's like creating this little psychological tax every time you reach out generically. Does that fatigue then lead to, I don't know, them paying less attention overall?
It certainly can, and that leads right into the second danger, attention signal failure.
Attention signal failure.
Yeah, when your default communication is just generic, you're basically broadcasting, hey, I haven't really been thinking about you specifically. Right. I haven't considered your situation. It's kind of like giving someone a generic gift card for their birthday because you didn't put any thought into it.
Okay, yeah, that analogy works.
Clients pick up on that lack of specific attention. And it makes them question things, your commitment, maybe your attention to detail, maybe even your expertise, especially if they're relying on you for big decisions.
So it erodes trust, makes you look, well, a bit disengaged, frankly.
Precisely.
Okay, what's the next danger? What's number 3?
The third one is commodity communication.
Commodity. Like you're interchangeable.
Exactly. Just checking in is what everybody does. It's the baseline. So it makes you completely indistinguishable from all the other professionals out there.
Mm,
It actually reinforces that really damaging idea that, all agents are the same or all consultants are interchangeable.
right. Kills your unique value proposition.
Totally. In any crowded market, standing out is critical, right? And this approach, it just makes you blend right into the wallpaper. It's the ultimate anti-differentiation move.
That's a huge point.
Yeah.
Hard to build a real career if people see you as just another number.
Mm.
Okay, and the last one. The fourth danger.
Number 4 is creating awkward power dynamics.
How so?
Well, these messages put the client, the recipient, in a really uncomfortable position. They often feel like they should reply.
Yeah, politeness dictates.
Right. But they often have nothing meaningful to actually say. So what happens? Either they ignore you, which can make them feel a little guilty,
Mm,
or they send back something equally generic, like, all good here,
mm.
which just creates this sort of fake conversation.
Right, that empty back and forth.
Yeah. Neither of those outcomes really builds a genuine connection, does it? It doesn't allow for that natural flow you want in a good professional relationship. It's like a forced dance.
Oh, man. I think we've all been on both sides of that awkward dance, trying to write the polite, all good, when things maybe aren't, or feeling that silence when your check-in gets ignored.
Mm-hmm.
So listening to this, what stands out to you? Have you felt that fatigue, that awkwardness, that feeling the sender wasn't really thinking about you? Super common.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so clearly just checking in has got to go, or at least be used very sparingly. What do we replace it with?
This is the exciting part, right? Our sources laid out 6 really powerful strategies for adding real value, for connecting.
Exactly. This is where we make the shift, moving away from generic obligation-driven messages
Yeah.
to purposeful value-driven engagement. It's about becoming someone your clients are actually happy to hear from, making your communication a positive thing for them.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's dive into these 6 strategies. How do we do it?
Okay, first up, the news relevance method.
News relevance, okay.
It's about connecting the dots,
Yeah.
linking something happening out there in the world, current events, industry news, whatever, to their specific situation. Ah, so you're like their personal news filter.
Kind of. For example, maybe you say, hey, saw the city finally approve that new park development 2 blocks from your house that's going to be great for property values in your little pocket.
Oh, that's good. Specific. Relevant.
Or, just saw interest rates dipped again this week. Thought of your friends who were considering buying. Might be great timing for them. You're giving them useful, actionable info tied directly to them.
That is so much better.
Yeah.
It shows you're paying attention to the world and to them. Okay, what's strategy number 2?
The memory trigger approach.
Memory trigger. Sounds interesting.
This one is all about proving you actually listen and remember details from past interactions. It shows you value them beyond just the transaction.
Okay, how does that work?
Think about sending something like, remember you mentioned wanting to redo your kitchen someday? I just saw this article with some really cool renovation ideas that made me think of you.
Oh, nice.
Or maybe, was thinking about our conversation about your daughter's college search. How is that whole application process going for her? It shows genuine care, real recall. Makes them feel seen.
That feels incredibly powerful. It shifts it from just outreach to continuing a conversation. It feels really personal. Okay, third strategy,
That's the expertise share strategy.
expertise share. So showing off your knowledge.
But in a helpful way. You're proactively giving them insights based on your professional knowledge that benefit them, even if they're not actively in the market right now.
So positioning yourself as an advisor.
Exactly. A trusted advisor, not just someone trying to make a sale, for instance. No, you're not planning a move anytime soon, but I wanted you to see these latest interest rate trends could be relevant if you ever think about refinancing down the road.
That's useful foresight.
Or, hey, some new lending guidelines just came out that actually offer significant benefits for first-time buyers, like your son might be soon. You're sharing your knowledge to give them an edge.
Brilliant. That's shifting from salesperson to indispensable resource. Okay, what about keeping it local? Hyper relevant.
Perfect lead-in to number 4, the community connection method.
Okay.
This shows you're plugged into their immediate environment, their neighborhood, their community. It makes your insight feel really grounded.
How would that sound?
You could say something like, just saw your neighbor's house went under contract in only 2 days. And way over asking. The market right there in your specific area is still incredibly strong.
Wow, that's direct value.
Or even something lighter, more
Yeah.
personal. Saw that new coffee shop finally opened up on your corner. How is it? Have you checked it out yet? It ties your awareness to their daily life.
Super smart. It says, I get your world. Okay, and strategy number 5, something maybe even more personal.
You got it. The personal interest link.
Personal interest.
This is about connecting on their passions, their hobbies, stuff totally outside your professional relationship. It shows you see them as a whole person.
Okay, examples.
So if you know they love hiking, maybe send. Saw this article about a hidden gem hiking trail not too far from here, and it immediately made me think of your weekend adventures.
That's great.
Or if they're really involved with local schools. Know how much you support the schools, that you'd love to see the special recognition the district just got for their STEM program. That builds real human connection. Rapport.
That's how you build loyalty, I bet. Deep relationships. Okay, and the final one, number 6.
The 6th strategy is the value add update.
Value add update. Sounds direct.
It is. This is direct, actionable value specifically related to their maybe biggest asset, their home, their property, their portfolio, depending on your field. You're being their proactive expert resource.
Like what?
Hey, 3 houses in your immediate neighborhood just sold significantly above asking price this past month. If you've been kicking around the idea of that addition, the timing looks really good to maximize value.
Okay, that's real financial insight.
Or property tax assessments just came out. Wanted to let you know yours looks fair compared to the recent sales nearby, but happy to walk you through the comps if you have any questions. You're giving them intelligence that impacts their bottom line.
Okay, wow. Looking at all 6 of those, what really strikes me is that none of them are asking the client, the recipient, to do anything.
Exactly. It's all about giving.
Giving value, giving information, giving a personal connection, giving insight. It completely flips the script from being a potential chore for them to being something they might actually look forward to getting, something useful or thoughtful.
And if we zoom out a bit, connect this to the bigger picture, mastering these individual messages. That's great. But the real power comes when you build a system.
The system.
Yeah, a system that consistently builds anticipation for your communications. It requires moving beyond just random outreach. You need a framework, intentionality.
A system sounds essential, actually, because it's easy to send one good message, maybe 2. But doing it consistently, that's the hard part. How do the sources suggest we build that?
Yeah, consistency is everything here. So the first step, and we can call the anticipation framework, is information gathering.
Okay, gathering info.
And not just basic contact details. You need to create like a really detailed client profile template. Dig deep.
What kind of details?
Think personal interests, hobbies, family stuff, kids, pets, milestones, professional life challenges, wins, any home improvement dreams or plans they've mentioned, neighborhood involvement, and crucially, how do they actually prefer to communicate? Email, text, phone, how often?
Wow, okay, so this is way beyond a CRM entry. It's a whole profile.
Exactly. A living document about their world. The more you know, the more specific and valuable your outreach can be.
Got it. So you gather all this rich data.
Yeah.
What's step 2?
Step 2 is setting up a natural touchpoint calendar.
Natural touchpoint calendar.
Okay. This is where you map out legitimate, value-driven reasons to get in touch throughout the year, not just random hellos.
What counts as a natural touchpoint?
Think about things like sending monthly market reports, but tailored specifically to their neighborhood. Maybe quarterly property value updates, seasonal home maintenance reminders, time to check the gutters kind of stuff.
Practical value.
Yeah. Anniversaries or milestone acknowledgments, home purchase anniversary, birthdays if you know them and it feels appropriate, notifications about community events they might actually care about. And of course, timely alerts about market shifts that directly impact them or people they know.
Okay, I can see how that completely changes the dynamic. You're not just popping up out of the blue. You have a pre-planned value add reason. It feels deliberate, helpful.
It is. And then, how do you keep track of all this? All the info, the touch points, the conversations.
That sounds like the challenge.
That brings us to step 3, the connection tracking system.
Tracking, okay.
This is where you diligently log conversation topics, those personal details you learn, their interests, their preferences. And here's the key. You set follow-up reminders based on meaningful conversations, not just generic check-ins.
So you remember to ask about the daughter's college search next time.
Exactly. You also want to monitor your response rates and engagement. What's actually landing? What are people responding to?
See what works.
Right. And measure referral generation. Can you tie referrals back to specific types of communication? This lets you constantly refine your approach, do more of what works.
It definitely sounds like more work up front. Being really organized, proactive, genuinely invested, way beyond just one transaction.
It is an investment.
But I imagine the long-term payoff in terms of relationships and business must be huge.
That's the idea. You're building relational capital.
Okay, this roadmap is fantastic. It all makes perfect sense in theory, but let's get practical. How do you actually implement this stuff day to day? And critically, how do you know if it's actually working for your business? It feels like a big shift.
It is a shift, yeah, but it's totally doable. Our sources actually suggest a 30-day challenge to get the ball rolling.
A 30-day challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, like a boot camp for better communication.
Kind of. So weeks 1 and 2, you basically audit all your outgoing messages, find every just checking in or equivalent, and actively replace it with one of the 6 value-add strategies we talked about.
Okay, hunt and grab.
Exactly. Then, weeks 3 and 4, commit to implementing one new meaningful connection strategy every single day. Just one.
Build the habit.
Right. Then, by month 2, you start tracking. Are your engagement and response rates going up? And by month 3, you look for the impact. Are you seeing more referrals, more repeat business?
That sounds like a really concrete way to start. What about making it stick, though? Like daily habits?
For daily implementation, keep it simple. Maybe a morning routine. 5 minutes. Review 3 client profiles.
Yeah.
Find one connection opportunity in those details. Send one meaningful message. That's it.
5 minutes. Okay, doable.
Then maybe weekly planning. 15 minutes. Look at upcoming local events. Plan any expertise shares for the week. Update those client profiles with anything new you learned.
Keep the system alive.
Yeah. And monthly analysis. Maybe 30 minutes. Track those response rates. See which strategies are hitting home for your audience. Refine your profiles. Keep learning.
So it becomes part of the workflow, not this extra thing you have to remember.
Yeah.
And how do we measure if it's actually working?
Yeah.
Beyond just feeling better about our outreach.
Good question. We need specific key performance indicators, or KPIs.
Okay, like what?
First, response rate. Are people actually engaging? Aim for 80% plus engagement on these meaningful messages. Track opens, replies, real interaction.
80%. Okay.
Second, referral generation. Are you actively asking, how did you hear about me?
Yeah.
And tracking if it came from someone you've been connecting with using these methods.
Tie it back to the effort.
Exactly. Third, client retention. Are your past clients coming back? Monitor that repeat business rate. Fourth, relationship quality. This is a bit softer, but are clients reaching out to you unprompted with questions or just sharing something? That's a great sign you're top of mind.
Yeah. Inbound contact.
And finally, market position. Are you hearing yourself mentioned as top of mind? Are testimonials referencing how helpful you are? Are you getting that positive buzz?
Okay, those are solid metrics. And what kind of results, like what milestones could someone expect if they really commit to this?
Well, within, say, 30 days, you should definitely see a big drop, maybe 50% in those generic check-ins you're sending.
Okay, immediate change.
By 60 days, you should see a measurable lift in response rates, maybe 25% higher or more. By 90 days, you could realistically see your first referrals directly linked back to this new style.
Wow, okay. Tangible results fairly quickly.
Yeah. Then maybe within 6 months, a noticeable uptick in repeat business. And within a year, you could genuinely earn that reputation as the most helpful agent or the go-to resource based on actual client feedback and results.
So, listening to all this, it's really clear. This isn't just about being nicer or sending fluffier messages.
Yes, not at all.
It's a strategic approach. It's about building a solid, referral-generating, repeat business-creating sphere of influence where people see you as genuinely valuable, indispensable even, not just persistent.
That's the core of it. You shift from noise to signal.
So, wrapping this up, our deep dive today really highlights this fundamental shift, doesn't it? Moving from just checking in to actually connecting meaningfully. It can transform your professional relationship.
Absolutely.
It takes you from being potentially just another name cluttering up someone's inbox to becoming someone they genuinely value hearing from.
Yeah.
Maybe even someone they look forward to connecting with.
That's it precisely. When you make that conscious choice, that deliberate shift from asking them to carry the conversational weight to consistently adding specific, genuine value to their lives, their business, their interests, you become someone they actually want in their inbox. You're not just another salesperson or agent anymore. You're a trusted advisor, a resource,
A connection.
a real connection. Remember, The ultimate goal here is that when people see your name pop up, email, text, caller ID, they don't sigh. They don't dread it.
Right?
They actually want to see what you sent. They're curious. They expect value. So here's the final thought for everyone listening. What one small step can you take today, right now, to make your very next communication a true connection instead of just another check-in?